Square. Bill Butel is on top of the Lowe's marquee. He'll bring us all the excitement of Times Square.
Theater at 46th Street and Broadway, which is right in the center of Times Square on this New Year's Eve. Coincidentally, the movie Dr. Dolittle is playing right beneath me here in the Lowe's State. In that movie, you talk to the animals, and I suppose if you could talk to the animals right now, they'd be saying Happy New Year, like tens of thousands of people are in Times Square, and there are tens of thousands of people who have come to celebrate New Year's Eve in Times Square this evening. It would seem that anybody with any sense would stay home on a night like tonight. It's snowing, as you can see in your television screen. The temperature is about 31 degrees, and it's getting colder all the time. Probably ought to get down below 30 in the next hour or so. These people came out anyway because, you know, Times Square, or New Year's Eve in Times Square, is a peculiar kind of American legend. Kind of like hot dogs at a baseball game, or that straight-shooting American cowboy that we all read about and think about, but sometimes don't see very much of. Very few people get to see Times Square or New Year's Eve in Times Square, but these people are here to pay homage to that peculiar kind of American legend. They're here to see this ball on top of the Allied Chemical Tower go down at precisely the stroke of midnight. That used to be the old Times Tower years ago until the Allied Chemical Company bought it and made it into the Allied Chemical Tower. Here in New York, we probably pay just a little bit too much attention to New Year's Eve in Times Square. We tend to think that this is the only New Year's Eve there is, but of course there is a New Year's Eve in Chicago, and one in Denver. I suppose there's even one in Waikiki Beach in Honolulu. But this is where it all begins. This is where America first celebrates New Year's Eve, because this is where it first is New Year's Eve. This is where people make new dreams to replace the dreams that didn't quite make it in 1967. This is where we say, okay, old year, you've done your best, you've done your worst, bring on the new one. All this began back in 1906, and these people are just carrying on a tradition that is now 61 years old. It's only been 2 years, 1942 and 1943, when the celebration of New Year's Eve in Times Square was not held. That was in 42 and 43 when all the East Coast was blacked out because of the danger of air raid attack. But except for those years, 42 and 43, tens of thousands of people, 1 year 400,000 people came out to celebrate New Year's Eve in Times Square. I wouldn't have any idea how many people are here right now tonight. I don't know if the police do. I know there are more than 2,000 New York City police here to contain this crowd. With bus number in the tens of thousands, I'd make a guess there must be more than 100,000 people here, but don't quote me on that, because like all reporters, I'm not an expert on guessing just how many people are on a story I'm covering. Most of the people who are here are, of course, young people, college students. There's one group there from USC, the University of Southern California, another group from Indiana. It says, Indiana, take USC.